Comparison is the thief of joy. What is up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. I know I sure did. Getting right into the video today, we are going to be talking about comparison. Again, if you guys do like the content, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my other socials. Getting right into it now. So, there was this quote that I heard, and I believe it was Oprah Winfrey that said, "Don't compare your beginnings to someone else's middle." I can't say for sure that that's what, if it was from her, but I remember it, and I tried to look it up, and it looks like she's the one that was coming up. It could have been someone else's, of course, but still, um, when I think of comparison, I remember me being, when I was younger, of course, that it was more difficult for me to talk with other people that were older, other people that were, per se, 15 years older than me, because I always felt like they were not where they wanted to be. They would complain about it, they would be upset about it, they would be mad, or they would just be annoyed that they weren't where they wanted to be at yet. And over time, I could tell that, I wanted to be older. I kept trying to act older. I kept trying to push myself to do something that was a little bit out of my comfort zone. And I realized that it wasn't helping me at the end of the day. It wasn't beneficial to me. It wasn't helping me grow. It wasn't helping me be the man that I was meant to be, because I was getting frustrated that I wasn't where they were at. And they were already frustrated because they hadn't met their goals. So it was like I'm comparing myself to someone who feels like they're in the same situation as me. It was crazy that consistently going through those tests, consistently going through those trials, those tribulations, I kept comparing myself to people who weren't even where they wanted to be yet, and realizing that there was no start, there was no middle, there was no end for anyone. Even people who are in their 60s are still sometimes don't even know what they want to do for the rest of their life. When they retire, they change their environment completely. Some move to a different part of the country, some move to a different part of the world. Some want to have a family so late, and it's a lot of things that come up to when you really think about those little things that other people are trying to do. You shouldn't be worried about them. What you should be worried about is what you're doing and how you're going to do it and when you're going to do it, and do you have a plan. And everything that you're thinking about is what other people have already been through, older, younger, whatever. But comparing yourself to someone else isn't going to help you feel any better with the outcome, or think, oh well, yeah, if I get to that age, I'll be ready to do that, or I'll be ready to get a new car, or my kids will be out of school, and I'll be fine. Like I'll have more money then, and then you start feeling like anxiety. You start feeling doubt. You start feeling anxious that I want to get there too soon, and there's no finish line to life. Your life is going to be different than everyone else's, no matter how much you think yours is exactly the same as your friends or someone you saw online. It's always going to be different, and you shouldn't feel embarrassed about where you're at. You should feel like I am where I need to be at the moment that I need to be there. Just enjoy where you're at, because the more that you think about other people, and you're just wasting time when you could be thinking about yourself. You could be thinking about the next step. You could be thinking about how you can help others. At the end of the day, we should always give back to the community, whether it's emotional, financial, being there, being present. There's a lot of things that you could do to help other people. All right, guys. So we're gonna get a little bit of gym aesthetics, and then we'll continue the video from there. guys, jumping right back into where we had left off. Now, the next bullet point that I had was something I saw on TikTok like years ago. It says, comparison is the thief of joy. And I personally, like I was talking about earlier, I know how it feels to want to do better, but still think that you're not good enough. So you compare yourself to the people that you see online. You go out and actively look for that type of judgment, that type of criticism, because you feel like that's the only thing that's going to help you feel better. And then at the end of the day, it makes you feel even worse. It makes you feel like if I never get to that position or that point, then I'm just a failure. Even though we might not say it, it's something that we feel. It's like in my family, well, not necessarily my family, but I know in Hispanic cultures, a lot of people get, or a lot of siblings get comparison to older cousins, older family, about how they're a doctor, how they're running a business, how they're going to school, how they have a girlfriend, how they have a wife, how they have a family. Like it's continuous comparison, so it's something that we grow up on. So it's not something that we can just get rid of like on the spot. And it's crazy how we're so used to it. We're so dumbfounded that no matter what, we always see ourselves in that aspect of I'm not good enough. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. It does motivate some people, but the majority of people it doesn't. It makes you feel down. It makes you feel insecure about yourself. It gives you depression because you're thinking about what your family is doing when they could care 2 cents about what you're doing. Literally. No matter how long it's been, how old you are, sometimes the family is just like that. And they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They want you to do better. It's not like they're saying it because they want you to feel bad. It's not like they're saying it because they, don't like you. It's because they see that other people are doing good and they want you to have a good life. And they think that doing that and saying that is going to help you. It definitely doesn't, but learning from those mistakes, just like how we learn from our own mistakes, is another thing a lot of people have to do. And no one's perfect. I can definitely attest to that no one is perfect. I wish there were certain things that I didn't do. And I always told myself I'm never going to tell my kids that they should act like other kids because it's not fair to them that I can talk to them like that. They don't deserve that. They are perfect the way that they are. And I don't want my kids to go through what I was feeling or how other people are feeling. I know that it sucks to hear it. Because then you automatically think, I've been trying this hard for this long to be at this point, and I'm still getting compared to someone who's been past this position for years. And you just, after you're on that high horse, you get knocked down into something that's just horrible. And you're thinking about it for months, on weeks, on end, and it sucks. We're going to do a little bit more gym aesthetics and then we'll finish up the video. Alright guys, this is going to be the last video for this comparison topic, and let's see. It says the last bullet point says you're on this planet to be you, not someone else's imitation of you. I mean, that goes back to how your family, or not your family, but how family can make you feel like they want the biggest things for you, they want the nicest things for you, and they do it with not the best intentions. It sounds wrong when it happens, and it sucks. But as long as we keep trying to worry about ourselves, why not, right? Yeah, I mean, that's great. There's a lot of families that will push you into that direction of school, being a doctor, mechanic, engineer, and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but if it's not what makes you happy, be verbal about it. I mean, talk to the people that are putting you in that direction, because you don't want to live your whole life and not be able to do what you want to do. You don't want to wait to the end of your life to say, I wish I would have done this, but I was so busy trying to make these people happy, and things like that. It's it's a lot of things that come up with this subject, and I mean, it's easy to say it than actually do it. But I know that if you truly are happy, then there's no need to go look for validation. There's no need to say, well, this or that. I've been looking at this person. I've been looking at that person. There's no need to say any of that. It's worth it to know your value, know your worth, to know what you're capable of and what you're not capable of, and knowing how you feel and what you already feel like you're going to be doing in your life. Just keep doing you, and no matter what, try your best not to compare yourself to people in a bad way. The good side of comparison is just knowing that, hey, I want to get to that position one day, but you're not in a rush. You're not going to cut corners. You're not going to, do the things that some other people would do, because you don't know what that person did to get there. And you don't know how or what they're going through in their life that might have pushed them to do something like that, or do something where they're at right now. So knowing that you can always change your life is a good thing. But just try not to compare yourself to people. I mean, that's it, the bottom line. Love yourself the way you are. Know yourself the way you are. And when you do, everything will just follow. I started making these videos, and I always feel like some people tell me, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And I'm like, that's not who I am. That's not who I am. That's not the kind of person that I want to be. I don't want to make videos to get people to laugh or to make clickbait. I'm trying to do something that I'll be proud of, I will be proud of, and that I know my kids will be proud of, and that will make me happy. I don't care if I don't make money here. That's not the whole point. The whole point is that I am trying to be okay. That's gonna be hold on. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video today. Again, if you guys have any feedback, by all means let me know. If you guys have any great stories that you want to tell me, my messages are open. Me and my wife are also trying to work on doing counseling for marriage counseling for others. So by all means, let us know if you have any questions or anything from there, and we'll be happy to reach out. Have a good night. God bless you guys, and be safe.